Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. Today we are going to be heading off into the Omega Ruins, and I am not very happy about it, but we do have to get this job done so that if we want to make sure to get Kamari all the way up to the last of the Ronsu abilities, well, we have to go and try to get Nova from the Ultima weapon. But before we can even go and do anything with the Ultima weapon, we do have a before boss within the way known as the Omega weapon, which this is kind of like the pre-type of battle before you get into like the main one that's going to be happening. Now, if you guys do recall, I did say that the Ultima weapon does have 99,999 HP here in this version of this game. If you're playing the international version, you're going to have more of a hell of a time within that said guy, because he does have 999,000 HP, which that is ungodly crazy. I am glad that I'm not playing throughout the international version out here, and hopefully try to figure out a type of style or another type of way to figure out on what we're going to have to do when the time does happen. I did do a little bit of some researching, however, and there does seem to be a nice good type of easy functionality throughout our time of the Ultima weapon that will be happening, and I don't know if I want to go into it for right now, but we'll probably worry about it when the time happens for the said boss battle. So for right now, here in this particular part, we're back in the airship right now, and we're just getting ourselves a little bit prepared before reaching on into the Omega Ruins right now. Currently, we are just kind of punching in the last bit of some other different searching around within the airship, because there's not really too many other places to go and do some exploring with. But yeah, you do have the battle site, and of course you do have the Mihan Ruins there. Now, if you ever do go and head over into the way of the battle site, there is going to be an item known as the Phantom Bangle, which that does give you some pretty nice good abilities that happen for there. Well, when you go and put that on over into where Lulu's gonna be, because I believe you get like I think like Ice Eater, and I think there's like Fire Eater and Water Eater on it, and those are pretty nice. And I believe there's also like an extra slot as well within there, so if you ever do want to go and probably put maybe a Lightning Eater or something, if there is something like that, or even another type of ability that you want to go and do, you can freely go ahead for that. And not only for what we're going to be doing with the said hidden item collecting that we're going to be grabbing, but I will be showing you guys the brand new bribe function. Yes, Riku actually does now have with the bribe use here, and we are going to be able to collect a little bit of some extra more petrify grenades. And however, you want to make sure that you do have a lot of money with you, because just doing a lot of bribing is going to be hurting your cash for quite a bit. So if you are kind of like me, that's been selling a lot of the different tricks with up our sleeve with the whole said Tetra armor and stamina tonic situation, we do have a lot of money at this point for what we can go and do and get ourselves a little bit into some bribing. So for right now, I will be going to show you guys a few of our party members that will be getting added with some stone proofing. Now, I know that there's going to be some situations here where you guys may probably say in the comments, it's like, Prox, why the heck did you actually go and add stone ward and stone proof all together at the same time? Because like that's just really weird. I don't know. I have no idea what other type of combinations go with which. So you guys could probably you guys can go and say whatever you want if you want to for that there. But I do have Stone Proof and Confuse Proof, or Confuse Ward, I think, within Waka there, which that should be at least somewhat pretty helpful for what the Omega weapon is going to be later. So at least that's something a bit right that's going to go on for that. But however, we do have some of these YTK11 robots. Now, these guys in particular do have a very special bribe, and unfortunately I don't really have the achievement to show you guys because I already went and got it already from my practice recording, but there is going to be some elixirs that you can go and pick up from that said robot there that will be immensely helpful, because if you are in a situation where you are going to have to battle with these two optional bosses here in the Omega Ruins, you're going to be probably wanting a whole heck of a lot. So for right now, what we are going to go and do now is that we're going to finally step foot into this Omega Ruins and see some enemies here. Now, if you are curious about what we could go and do within the Omega Ruins, well, there is going to be quite a bit of enemies in that said place where we are going to be able to get a brand new said type of arena capture reward, which that is going to be known as the Designer Wallet. Now, I'm not really too familiar within that said item, but I think it could actually be somewhat helpful. So if you are out of your way out here in the Omega Ruins and you do want to go and search for some different creatures, I think finding some of these guys around over here should at least somewhat helpful, will help you out trying to get that said item. Now, mind you, there is going to be some enemies that are going to be in here that are going to be quite annoying to try to capture, and one of those said enemies in particular are going to be with the Demon Lith, and also not only that, but with the Adamatoids. Now, I know that I kind of brought up that name before, and if you guys do recall, there is a bribing function where if you do give this guy, like, I think around like 1,000,000 and something odd type of gil, this dude will actually give you quite a bit of different skill, well, I don't think it's skill spheres, but I think it's known as special spheres, which if you are able to want to go and get all those special type of abilities for any of your party members within your sphere grid that you missed out or anything, you can actually be able to go and pick those up, which that's pretty nice. And mind you, there is going to be some enemies in here that will be hurting you for quite a bit of damage, so just be a little bit careful on that. But however, we got ourselves with one of these annoying type of chests here. Now, we got this guy, of course. Now, this type of dude right here is actually something pretty nice for money grinding. So if you ever do need to like get some extra cash or anything from this said guy, a great way to actually knock him out is by using the Candle of Life. Now, this is something that you can actually go and pick all the way back up, I think, during the time of like the Xanarkin ruins. So if you ever do want to go and pick up from any of those that I think like those ghost guys that normally have like those flamethrowers or anything else that's around over there, you just go and pick up with one of those Candle of Life here, throw it onto this guy, however, and now we just kind of just wait and see what happens when he starts depleting down through his health bar there. Well, not really his health bar, but throughout his way, because like basically this Candle of Life is like somewhat in a type of way of like playing Pokemon where it's like a parasong. So basically, if it's like a parasong, it'll start counting down, and then once it hits 0, basically this guy is already out of the way here. And I think he actually drops around like 50,000 gil, so that's a pretty nice good amount of money just for all that there. And his HP does have a lot, so that's why it's always a good thing to just have these Candle of Life just in case, because you don't really need to go out of your way to just attack this guy, because it's just going to be taking like way too long than it needs to be. So just make sure that you just cure yourself up as well throughout your time, because like this guy could hurt you again for quite a bit of damage. There is going to be a set enemy in particular that will probably be like super annoying throughout here, and that's going to be with the Master Tomberry. If you guys recall, we have seen a Tomberry before, and we have went and captured out with one of those said guys. That was all the way back in the area where Yojimbo's at. I believe we could actually go and talk back to Yojimbo again. I think it is spirit form type of person that's over there. And I think you can only talk to him, I think, like one more other time, and then after that, basically that whole area is like completely sealed off, but I don't think you can really go and head back over there anymore. But yeah, look how much that attack is doing. It's just only doing about like 136 some amount of damage. It's not really touching this guy at all whatsoever. I don't know if I already went and brought this up, but in the 2 videos out here for today, we are going to be, of course, doing some Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door, so you guys do go and check it on that while throughout here within the 2 videos. If you guys are curious about what's going on in Paper Mario right now, we are just almost about to be reaching into the final type of part within our way of the said Palace of Shadows, because I want to say just by the time that within this video, we should be just right around the said door into meeting up with Grotus and the Shadow Queen herself. And just like that, that weird type of phantom spirit or whatever that thing is right there is just completely out of the way. And look how much that we're going to be getting from like different AP, and also not only that, but look at all that gil that we just got. That is a lot. Like that said enemy is kind of like almost in a way of like Final Fantasy 9. If you guys remember like the Black Cat, I think that's what its name is. That Black Cat is like normally something that is like located all the way back in like one of those island areas in Final Fantasy 9, where like if you knock him out, or if you actually do give him, I think, like some sort of like black ore or something like that, he gives you like so much type of cash or something like that around there. And pretty interesting. But yeah, so here are these demon lists. First of all, you want to make sure that you throw a silence grenade on these guys. These can get really annoying. So if you just go and just throw that on there, you don't really have to really worry about all that too much with their other different attacks. But even if they do like do their type of claw attack or anything, they will cast like some sort of zombie effect on you, which you're gonna have to kind of deal with them anyways. But yeah, so far I'm not going to show you everything that's going to happen within the Omega Ruins, just some of the highlighted enemies that I went and encountered throughout here, and also as well too, just finding some different treasure that is going to be showing up. Now, throughout the Omega Ruins, you will be running into different type of treasure chests that are here. Now, unfortunately, I think they actually have their own set type of coding around over here. So if you do pick up on on a said treasure, but then all of a sudden you grab like the wrong one in order, all those different treasures are going to completely disappear, and I believe you won't be able to go and find them again. So just be a little bit careful for when you're trying to grab it with the treasure, because you could run into a monster like one of those type of monster traps where you will be having to bow out with something. But again, you could run away from them. They're not they're not like a permanent type of battle that you have to go through. But yeah, we got one of these type of flying monsters here. They kind of do look almost a little bit like the said type of enemies that we went and saw before in the Xanarkand Ruins, but this is going to be a new guy, so we will have to make sure to pick him up. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just going to be missing out here a little bit, but not to worry. Alright, we do have Wacko, of course. We could probably go set for our Sleep Buster. Maybe this will probably capture him out here. Yep, and just like that, the Floating Death is now finally captured with us, so that is an added one to our Omega Ruins captures here. Alright. Now, I believe there is a Great Malboro that you could go and find around over here, and there is a said type of item that you may possibly want to go and pick up. And I know that I did say at the very beginning of this episode that I didn't really want to get myself too involved on with the actual said ultimate weapon, because for what we are going to be having to go on into with. But I will kind of just give out a little bit of a helpful thing is that if you ever do go and find a Great Malboro, or even if you decide to go and get on out of the Omega Ruins and battle with a regular Malboro, you will be able to search for something known as the Wings of no, not Wings of Tomorrow, Wings of Discovery. Yes, and then there's also another item known as the Door of Tomorrow. I know that we already got those said items from before in the arena capture reward type of situations that we got from before. But the Wings of Discovery is something that you can go and pick up from a Malboro, and I believe you can only get, I think, like a limited quantity of like 4 or somewhere around there. So you don't get like a whole heck of a lot, because the reason why that you can't get like a whole heck of a lot from that said Malboro is because like you are paying out like so much amount of gil. Like I think it's like 540,000 gil just to go and bribe a Malboro, and even if it doesn't work, then you also have to do that again, which that is just going to be really annoying. Yeah, sometimes bribing works and then sometimes it doesn't, so you have to be a little bit careful with that. So we got one of these said newer type of like ghosts here. Now this is something that you do need to go and capture if you are trying to get the designer wallet. Unfortunately, I did miss out on my capture, but that is a new set enemy there. I will have to go and try to pick him up later. And Lulu actually worked pretty well, I guess, with that guy. I guess since he is an undead creature, he does get affected by the fire quite a bit. Ah, here we go. Here's some new set enemies right here. Now, these guys do kind of look like a little bit like that Espada type of enemy from before. Like when we went and headed all the way down to where that Rusty store was at. Well, these guys are a little bit different, but they do like to cast stone. Well, some sort of stone on you, which to get that petrified going on, which...
Too easy.
But either way, we captured him out and we're all good there. Slowly but surely, we're building up our sphere grid. Here's some more chests around the corner. And if you ever think that you're going to get lost in the Omega Ruins, not to worry. If you already went and kind of saw that there's like another type of branching path, that's where you want to go and keep on continuing with. Now, there's one particular part where you guys are not going to be able to see, is that there is going to be a glyph type of area that we could go and activate, and that will create another type of pathway, but you guys won't be able to see that here in this set episode, because I went and did that off recording. That was after the part that I was doing with the Omega boss here, so... and make sure that around in this area, this is where you can get the, I think the last of the said type of Elbed primers is right here in the Omega Ruins. And unfortunately, we are not going to be able to get all the chests here, so that will disappear. But I do want to go and find the last of the said type of Elbed primers, and hopefully we can be able to search for that around here somewhere. Yep, and there we go, and just like that, we got the Z one now, and we got ourselves with the Master Linguist. So we actually do have, I think, all of them here. And let's go and check around over here on this side. I think we should be able to come up across, I think, into where there should be an elevator coming up around here soon. But now we're just going to kind of switch around a little bit. We'll probably get our... okay, so we're getting out of our no encounters thing. So yeah, if you guys did miss out during that last episode, or well, maybe a couple episodes ago when we got Enma, and we had to battle out with that other said, with that other said optional boss that was over there, within the Badge Temple. There is an item that you can go pick up, or there's said items that you can go pick up that have no encounter on it. And that's how we were able to pick that up there. So yeah, so there's the Animatoise. This guy does take a while for you to knock him out, but yep, you can go and bribe him if you want. I believe you can do that, but it will cost you like 1,000,000 gil for it. But an easy way to be able to battle with one of those said Animatoise is just by able to just have Tidus use Provoke, and then you're basically set from there. But the one problem that you're going to have to worry about using the Provoke is that Animatoise actually sets up with Breath, which he just tries to annihilate everybody that's going to be on the field. But as long as you have like enough HP, you should be fine. You can just heal yourself back up later. But here we go, the first of many battles here in the Omega Ruins. The first actual optional boss here of this said game. So let's go and do our battle here, I guess, with this guy. Or, well, I wouldn't really call it a game, but the very first optional boss battle here in the said Omega Ruins. So, basically, this guy's weakness is anything related to Thundaga, or anything related to lightning attacks. So, if you have something like with Yuna that has black magic, Kamari that has black magic, even Lulu that has black magic, if you have Thundaga on everybody, you can just start setting that up, like, out of nowhere. That's the reason why that I have the elixirs to begin with, is that if I wanted to just keep on spamming with Thundagas for all the time, then I can be able to go and do that. But however, what we are going to go and decide to do is that even though that I will be setting up for Thundagas and other stuff, well, we do have Bahamut as well, and we can't forget that with with everything with us having Yuna, we do have that Grand Summon Overdrive, which we can actually be able to set up for Bahamut and set him up again for another type of for his other said Mega Flare that will happen. So let's go set up for a Thundaga here. And we do have that booster Cactar, so that should be able to kind of make this attack go a little bit better. And I don't know if I already would have said, but like with me kind of just talking about like the Doors of Tomorrow and in the Wings of Discovery, if you mash them together, you get the Wings of Trio, which then you'll have 9,999 damage for basically that whole particular part of that said battle. And I believe you also get 9,999 HP as well. So basically everything that you get is like all 9,999. It's just that the only one problem is that when you go and do that, however, if somebody gets knocked out, you have to redo that all over again, so you won't be able to get all that 9,999 stuff. So just be very careful. If you do go down to 0, you won't be able to have that again. But that will be a plan for when the Ultima weapon goes away. But here we go. This should at least be the last bit of some parts here for this said fight now. I know that unfortunately Kamari has already been knocked out at this point in time, but hopefully at some point we can try to at least bring him back so that he could be able to get some HP, or well, not HP, but EXP coming back. So this is our next time using Bahamut here. Let's go set up for a Thundaga. There we go. And let's light them up. And just like that, we got ourselves with the 24 or somewhere over within that type of part there. It did do a lot of damage. So it did around roughly 22,000 damage. Yeah, so here comes down that Shimmering Rain. That's going to be doing a heck of a lot of damage there. Now this is where I kind of had to make sure to kind of just do a little bit of some switching around. So I had to go and just make sure that we at least just get ourselves dismissed and then just do something else a little bit later. We'll bring you back soon, Bahamut. Yep, and just like that, Kamari gets knocked out again. Alright, but now this is where we should be able to use our Grand Summon Overdrive, so here we go. Yeah, Bahamut was already all well powered up so that he would be able to go and do his Mega Flare from the time that we went and did that at the very beginning, but now we're going to do it again. Alright, here we go, let's light it up. This should be the last time to go and do this. There we go. And now that did the 24,000 damage there. Yeah, and this is where unfortunately we're going to possibly be losing Bahamut. Oh yeah, that's already 0 as it is, so Bahamut's gone. But we will be able to set up for Lulu or somebody around over here for another Thundaga. Uh-oh. Ouch. Yeah, we should probably get a Mega Phoenix going, just bring everybody back. Okay, and there we go. And yep, here it comes out with a silence, so whoever's gonna get put to silence for that one. Of course, everybody has to pick on Kamari, right? It's not just only with Byron and Yankee Ronso out here, but it has to be the rest of the RSM bosses that just pick a problem with Kamari. Ah, alright. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go for Ixion then. Yeah, I forgot that I actually was gonna be able to set up with Ixion out here for this said battle. But yeah, just like that, Ixion already went and taken care of the job for us, and Omega Weapon is already down. So there we go. So first phase of the Omega Ruins is done. We just have one more to go through, and then that is going to basically be about it here. Wow. Okay, we got 2 and also with 3 different other things that we can do on the sphere grid.
That was not Omega. Just a shadow born.
And with that being said, guys, I'll be seeing you in the next one for Final Fantasy X. And also, hope you guys do go and check out with Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door as well. And of course, peace.
I will send it.